This is Ruby Homestead, and I'm showing you how to mix insecticide and Miracle-Gro. I do it both at the same time because it's helpful for the plant to grow and to keep the bugs away at the same time. I use this 7 Dust liquid, and all you do is just open it up, and it comes with a cap, and it comes with instructions, and it has instructions on when not to spray before harvesting as well. Like corn, you work 3 days before harvesting, tomatoes 2 days, and everything else it'll show you. And it says 4 ounces for every gallon. And I have a backpack sprayer. It makes it a lot easier because I got a lot of plants to spray. I usually do 3 gallons, so I usually do 12. There's 4. 4 more. And as you fill this up, I usually do 3 for 3 gallons. And it has a measuring, so 4 fluid ounces. So I put 12 fluid ounces in 3 gallons, and that's all the way up here. And that lasts me a long time. Put the lid on it, and see how the stuff still has it in the cap. I usually add a little bit of water into it, kind of clean it out a little bit, just dump it in there.
Waste not, want not.
And afterwards, heavy spray. Put the cap back on that. The insecticide, which is 7 Dust, the liquid form, it's good to go. Now I got the Miracle-Gro, and as you see, it's got a little water in it. The other ones don't got water in it, but I'll just kind of mix it up. And I got a spoon in here, and it says teaspoon, a spoon and a half per gallon, and I usually do it pretty heavy. I just do 2 spoons per gallon. So I'll put 6 spoons in here. This stuff does wonders. I also put other pelletized fertilizer in the soil as well. Got triple 10. I put some lime in there. I buy this big box because this thing will last me. I've had it since last year. Get your sprayer. I usually hold it down low because I have a filter on top. Just slowly spray it in there. It'll dissolve and it will go in. And if you have any cuts or stuff on your hand, you can wear gloves. Because this stuff is fertilizer itself and it will burn. Like any fertilizer you use. And as you can come closer, all of it's in there now. Now I usually stick it all the way down to the bottom and spray it hard. Hard as you can. And then you just wash this line on the side. And I usually go above this line, like right at the top. And this 7 Dust, it works on numerous, it says over 100, over 500 pests. You got beetles, ants,
ticks, caterpillars.
Kills by contact and protecting up to 3 months. Alright, not overfilled her, but
it'll be alright.
It's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to hurt anything at all. But I would be careful too because this thing is heavy. It's not like, if you do one of those handheld sprayers, you'll be pretty tired walking around with that thing. So I would just invest in one of these and just use it only for the garden. Because you don't want no Roundup or weed killer or any kind of other things in it. So just keep it all for one purpose only. And I like these sprayers because most of them are pretty heavy, and this has a chest clip and also has a waist clip. I usually like to have the waist pretty tight, and I usually shake it a little bit, and I try to shake it when I walk as well.
Pump
pretty
it up.
good. And it says for what you're aiming at, you can stay about 12 inches away from your plant. Something like that. And it'll cover the whole entire area. So it's really fast and easy. And I'll show you the garden as I spray. We got a random tomato that came up.
Little volunteer guy.
Mm-hmm. And we have our broccoli, cabbage. Some of it has went to bloom, like this one right here has went to bloom. So what I would do, because we didn't get to it fast enough, just break it off. It's not going to hurt anything, and we have too much broccoli already inside already. And as you can see closer, it'll shoot new broccoli, so it'll take away from the main one and produce smaller ones. We got another one over here.
That one looks nice.
Usually when they start budding really strong like that, you're best off just breaking them. And look, as I do this, it's 12 inches away. Spray it. Just go real slow. And it'll work its way down. And this will make your plants grow and keep them healthy. And this is the one I packed full of stuff. And it's doing really well. And we got some beans over here. From Nickie's dad's beans. Spray them with a little fertilizer and insecticide. And we have cucumbers here.
There's actually cucumbers in here too. The beans were taking forever to come up, so I figured that the little mouse got them. So I replanted them with the cucumbers.
Okay.
So now we have both.
Alrighty then. Now we hit this our garden inside. As a shade cloth, we can see we've been getting a lot of shade and a lot of rain, so we just pull it up and just have it 50%. So in the morning it gets hit on this side, in the evening it gets hit on this side. And at the noontime, the peak of the heat is blocked off. My feed barrels running low on that feed. The other one's full though.
Pretty full.
Pretty full. And I don't think I'll spray our strawberries because our strawberries are still coming in pretty strong. As you can see. So I won't spray our strawberries because nothing's really attacking them right now. Sometimes the birds do, but I usually come out here once a day to keep an eye on everything. As you can see, that is a strawberry. And sometimes I don't mind if they're like this either. Don't go.
Told you. Best thing about a garden is all the snacks.
Look at that thing. They are sweet.
Is it sweet?
Yeah.
It's not even ripe.
Don't spray them. Okay. But as you can see, this is last year's strawberries, and they are putting some monsters out. And I love some monster strawberries. And this is This year's strawberries, they're doing really well. So next year they'll be the size of those, and those will be 2 times as big. But as you can see, when you buy strawberries, you're not going to really get a big strawberry out of them. Like these little guys. That's a pretty good one. But these little guys, and I usually come in and I pluck them, because the more you pluck, it'll benefit them, the more that makes them want to grow. Like this guy. Good to go. And whatever's bad and the birds eat, my chickens will eat, as you can see right here. Alright. We did get some sweet taters in, but I got them in kind of late. They call them slips. And you can see them, they're growing. But they just gave me a little stem, and it had like 1 or 2 leaves on it. And they said, just stick it in the ground and it'll come back up. And these are our taters.
I'm so excited about those.
And I got some new taters in when I planted they're almost like your red taters. They have the red inside, but they're a totally different kind of looking tater. They're dark. You see them?
They almost look like they're frostbitten.
Mm-hmm. I do spray my taters because we have a bunch of beetles and a bunch of things that eat them. And these are our pumpkins. I'll go and spray those because anything that is young will have tender leaves or tender parts on it, and they will get attacked. And I usually just go right above them, spray them pretty good. I usually try to come in here and weed eat it, and try to keep it down, and try to keep these guys getting the most sun and the most water out of anybody in here. And our taters are blooming now. We got a bee, and he smells strawberry. And we got some random tomatoes, you can see them. We're just gonna let them do their thing. My new taters. You can see them coming up. Go and spray them. And look at the taters on the flowers on these taters. So we have 2 different kind of taters, and we have sweet taters. And this will keep your plants growing good and keep bugs away. It helps them a lot. And you can shake it as you walk a little bit. Just stir it up a little bit. Make sure it's getting both instead of just one. And spray them heavy. Because if you don't do this, there's so many different types of insects out there that I don't even know of. And they will come and rob you of what you worked so hard for. It says do it every 3 months. I do it every 3 weeks because I use it with Miracle Grower as well. And it's not going to hurt you at all. Just know when you're about to harvest that you shouldn't spray it during that time. I have a couple tomato plants I probably won't spray, but these younger guys, as you can see, I've been weaving them. It comes through this way, it goes through that way. Once it grows high enough, I'll probably shoot it through up here. So when we come, we can just grab from it, and it won't be sagging or laying down or getting burnt.
Laying on the ground.
And we had cabbage through here, but we have a rabbit. And my brother told me not to use the deer rabbit repellent on it. Because there's a repellent you can use for keeping your deers or your rabbits off your hostas. and he said that would not be good. So I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to let him take whatever he wants to take.
Lucky bunny.
Yeah.
He's not too bad though.
No. Like, he only took a couple of them. You can see where he's been nibbling, because a bug's not going to do that to a plant. A bug's going to do these little holes. Not this big old strips and look, dangling leaves. Look at that. But lady likes chasing them, and they're fun to look at when they're around. Now you can see these tomatoes. This is my first row I planted. And this is the second row I planted. These are all bigger tomatoes. Got some Cherokee purples, some
Better Boy, I think.
Better Boys, and Early Girls, and stuff like that in there. And over here, we have some more bigger tomatoes and some cherry tomatoes on this side. As you can see, are tomatoes. I'm going to skip those and spray the ones that are not even close to being harvested. Like these little guys, they're not even close to being harvested. As you can see on these leaves, there's some kind of, it's getting burnt by the sun. Or it's getting some kind of problem with the soil. But it'll be fine. They'll manage. Tomatoes are a really tough plant. We've been getting a lot of water here. Look at this guy. There's nothing but production out of him. And as you can see, you look at your tomatoes, that's too many. Too many in one spot. So I would take out this guy, and I would take out this guy. This guy for that spot, this guy for that spot, and it'll give these guys space and more energy and more nutrition to grow bigger and healthier. And then I got chickens right over there. That one didn't make it.
It rolled back.
But I'm not going to spray that one either because it's close to being harvested as well. I try to come in here and try to pull the suckers out and try to keep them healthy as possible. See, look at this guy. He's all kind of buck nasty. And I'm going to go ahead and pull him because that right there is something that I would not want to eat. Look at the stem on the thing. It looks like it's 3 tomatoes in one and is splitting. That one didn't make it either. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. But this is the one the rabbit ate completely. It's doing pretty good.
It's coming back.
Yep. More tomatoes. They don't really need too much bug repellent on them, but the Miracle Grower they could definitely use. More tomatoes. I usually try to pump it as I go too as well, give some pressure. But if you ever do have a big garden or a decent sized garden, I would definitely get you a backpack sprayer. And they're not too much. Alright. Now we have our zucchini all up in here. I usually try to get kind of low on those. Get the new leaves, get the blooms. Because there's a bug that will, it's almost like a beetle. It's yellow and black stripes. I don't know what they call it, but I know what it is. So I try to keep it sprayed on the vegetable itself as well, because they drill holes in your vegetables and they drill holes in your flowers, and they go in sometimes they go inside the stems.
Here comes our squash.
Yep, there's our squash. And there's not a bug attacking them, it's just too much moisture. Well, we got some decent sized squash. I'll keep spraying and make sure. And spray the new leaves. You can see the new leaves coming up. Get down in there.
Now we can't pick these for a couple days, right?
Yes, you can't pick these for a couple days. But none of them, we've came through here and picked already. And none of them are that close to being picked. And I would just go in here. This guy's like underneath the plant. Like underneath it. And he has some rotting issues too. Sometimes I like to break them apart.
You're sprinkling.
Break them apart and see if there's a bug in it. It's always good to check. Sometimes your flowers as well. Your flowers fall off too early and you don't get nothing out of it.
Tear it apart to check your bug issue.
Yep.
See how.
Usually right in the center of the bloom where it connects to the squash or zucchini, there's a hole drilled right through it. There's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be sealed off. But if there's a hole, you have a problem. So right, as you can see right here, right as these caps right here on these ends, on these ends, they will drill through the flower into the squash because that's the softest part to get into the squash. We got some peppers. I just planted that guy so he got a little bit burnt. More peppers, more zucchini.
That's a cucumber.
See, this is the problem I was telling you about. You want to check the ends right here. And there's nothing, there's no drill hole in it. Sometimes I even just open it up. Check it. We have been getting a lot of moisture here. Nothing.
So it's not too bad yet.
Okay, more peppers. I just spray the peppers because usually they're pretty bug resistant.
But they could use the Miracle Grow.
Here's our cucumbers. And I got a fence ready to go for them too. And before I did this, I fertilized everything. And when I plant them, as I said on my earlier videos, I use a pot and soil that has up to 12 months of feed. And it's a slow release fertilizer. These are more Cherokee purples. I got some Cherokee greens in here. I got some orange. Indian or something.
Yeah, it's a weird word.
Indian orange or something.
I'll have to look at it.
Yeah. And these guys I transplanted back into here because
Ruby, probably.
Ruby's been in here. And when we installed this, these tomatoes were already here. So it kind of broke them. And these guys were in the wrong area, so I transplanted them. I think these are cantaloupe, watermelon, and Nickie's are okra right here. I did 2 watermelons because we have an open space through here. And I'm going to transfer them, let them run that way. More okra, watermelon, more okra. I did two okra plants per hole.
Ooh, I forgot we did that. We're gonna have so much okra.
Yeah. And this is our straight neck squash. They got attacked by those beetles pretty hard when I first had them. But they're not nearly as bad as they have been since I've been spraying them and staying on top of it. Ruby pulled this one up. As you can see, it's kind of hard to look at. It's dry. And there's more little And I usually try to spray the leaves, you know, drown the center, because that center is where they're going to come up, the bugs are, or they're going to hide. Some cantaloupes. They're doing really good. Watermelon. And green beans. This guy just folded underneath that wire and let them go that way. Kind of want them crisscrossing. I did this wire because we did string last year. We did wooden stakes.
It was a nightmare.
It was a nightmare. Everything got too heavy. Broke the string. And broke some of the stakes as well. So this right here, it's hard to put up, but it's hella worth it. And I use this wire, tie it off. I showed you in the last videos how to do it.
We'll link those above.
These are Nickie's dad's beans.
Turkey crawl.
Turkey crawl beans. And we're comparing them to
Kentucky Wonders.
ones do better or more resistant. And these are her peas because our peas got demolished and they're just starting out. They're not really big. They're itty bitty. But
we also did them a little too late.
Yeah, it doesn't take long for peas to start shooting out peas. They only got to be a foot or two and they already start shooting out. And
this will be our
this is the corn
first round of corn
inside the fabric, which does way better. And I'll go along spraying those guys. I just did a bicolor sweet corn.
Right there. Another one. Somebody ate him.
As you can come see, I'll show you right here. See, this is my older corn, and here's my new corn. I came back here and put new guys in because when I planted them, see right here, another corn, they're going to be all at different times. So I just weeded through the centers and I will go in here and have different dates to pick instead of the same date. Because you don't want all this corn at one time. It's going to be too much corn. And here's some more corn right here. Here. The smaller ones are harder to see, but they're here. You can see them. Here's one. Here's another one. Here's a little guy. There's one right here, but this guy's totally taking the spotlight. He's right here. But that's how I do my corn. I usually separate it from each other to have different harvest dates. It makes it a lot easier on us to can it or cook it. And I love the bicolor sweet corn. I'm not going to worry about too much on the little guys. I'm just going to focus on the bigger corn. Usually stick it right inside the hole. Sprayer. Or as close as I can get it. And thanks for watching, everybody. You can go look through that garden right there and see all the hard work we put into it. And we'll have plenty of vegetables and some fruit and plenty of tomatoes for sure, like we did last year, and corn. Can't have enough tomatoes and corn.
We're gonna have so much tomatoes.
Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, and share, please. Alright, thanks.